Alright, it's Wednesday morning. Another beautiful day out. Fantastic. I'd say I was going to spend some time outside today, but I have to clean when I get back. Kind of been putting that off, which not too good, if you know what I mean. And I'm out of plates, so, and coffee mugs, and glasses. So, I kind of don't have a choice. I have to do some dishes. Oh well. That's good though, right? Cleaning. Yeah. That was a waste of filming. Couldn't even see me. And I didn't get to do the shot I wanted to do. Today is Star Wars Day. As you all know, may the Force be with you. And I didn't wear any Star Wars things today, and I'm really disappointed about myself. That said, Tyler and I are going to be playing Battlefront all night, which you're going to see later on. So I guess that'll make up for it a little bit. And I woke up this morning and I watched Clone Wars as I was eating breakfast and whatnot. So I have been partaking in the day. And now, Star Wars fun fact number 1. I had one earlier, I should have filmed it earlier. Starkiller. You know Starkiller from the Force Unleashed franchise? He got his name from the original name that Luke was going to have. It was going to be Starkiller. And Star Wars wasn't in the title at all anywhere and stuff like that when it first started. But for some reason they decided Starkiller just wasn't, you know, the name of a hero. Skywalker was. And I think they made the right call.
You have no power to keep me, old man. You must understand by now this planet is not my destiny.
Been informed that Darth Vader is near your position. Be careful.
Alright, Star Wars fun fact number 2 comes courtesy via Tyler, who wants me to inform you that the line is not Luke, I am your father. It is in fact, no, I am your father. Are you well informed? You should be.
That is the end of Skywalker. Now we will crush this rebellion. Rebel bomber locked onto our water.
Since it's Star Wars Day, May the 4th, let's talk a little bit about Star Wars. I know I've thrown out a few fun facts, a whole 2 of them, but I'm going to talk about it on a personal level. I am a Star Trek guy. I'm a Trekkie. Star Trek is my bread and butter. It is what I view as science fiction. I enjoy Star Wars. Star Wars is science fantasy, though. So all these people compare Star Trek to Star Wars, it doesn't really work because they're different genres. Yes, they're both in space. Know what else was in space? Apollo 13. You're not going to go compare Apollo 13 to Star Wars because they're different genres. Yet everyone always compares Star Trek to Star Wars even though they are, at heart, different genres. Star Trek follows an intimate story that deals with real-world issues in a science fiction landscape. It deals with big, huge things. It's dealt with terrorism, PTSD, all these big, huge ideas that Star Wars doesn't tackle because Star Wars is a fantasy. Star Wars is pure escapism. It's not made to make you think. It's made to make you wonder and see a spectacle on the screen, which is different. I appreciate both. If a Star Wars movie and a Star Trek movie came out on the same day, I would go to the Star Trek movie. I know I'm in a minority of saying that, especially these days. especially since J.J. Abrams took over the Star Trek universe. But I am still at heart a Trekkie over a Star Wars fan. Hey Zach, you said you were going to talk about Star Wars. When I was younger, I watched the original trilogy. Watched it in school, in science class. Weird, right? That was my first taste. I had fun with it, but I was already raised on Star Trek. So I had fun with it, but that was kind of, I didn't see it. I didn't value it for what it was. I saw it as just mindless escapism. I, of course, when I was in grade 3, didn't use the term mindless escapism. But it was eye candy, I guess. And as I grew up, I didn't watch any of the prequels in theaters. I could have, but I didn't. I didn't actually even watch Revenge of the Sith until like 5 years after it came out. Because I just had no desire to. So like, oh, whatever. I didn't actually sit down and watch Star Wars, actually watch it and understand it for what it was until I was in university. Of course, I had seen all of them before that, but I didn't actually sit and let myself enjoy them until then. I was in a dorm filled with Star Wars fans, and we annually would watch all 6. And it wasn't until we did that for the first time that I really gained an appreciation for the franchise. Now, I own all 7 films. The Star Wars Clone Wars TV series has a lot more depth to it than the actual movies do, and it's actually one of my favorite TV series. It's a cartoon, but it's definitely not for kids. Like, at all. Don't know. And since university, I have grown to appreciate Star Wars for what it is. I can both be a Star Trek fan, a Trekkie, and a Star Wars fan. Who, I don't know, they don't have a term other than derogatory ones. But I can be both. I'll always have Star Trek on that pedestal. And Star Wars can't be on it because it's different. Star Wars used to have this huge canon of things that were true to Star Wars. There was hundreds of books, thousands of comics, all the video games. Everything was part of the official Star Wars canon. If something was printed with the Star Wars name on it, it was canon, and it was relevant to the Star Wars universe. And that was daunting. There was Star Trek had the same thing, but the books weren't canon. The only things that's canon in Star Trek are the films and the TV series, which is nice. But Star Wars had this huge expanded universe of thousands upon thousands of things. And it was something that, once I was a fan of the franchise, I couldn't bring myself to get into because it was too huge. But Disney fixed that. When Disney bought Star Wars, they got rid of the old expanded universe, which made a lot of people upset, but it makes a lot of sense. The old expanded universe was stupid. Characters did stupid things in it, and it was stupid. Disney took it, and they're like, you know what? The only things that are canon from when they bought it were the 6 films, the Clone Wars movie, the Clone Wars TV show, and that was it. None of the games were, none of the old comics were, none of the old books were. And they started fresh. They've started publishing books, and I'm actually reading these ones. As they started publishing comics again, Marvel got the rights back because they're both owned by the same company. So the comics are on. And so I'm actually reading the expanded universe now, and I'm gaining a deeper appreciation of things, but it's not this huge, daunting thing. In fact, one moment. This, with the absence of one book, is the entire expanded universe right now. This isn't daunting. Well, I mean, it looks daunting, but honestly, this is 2 books. These are the only 2 I haven't read in this big, huge pile. Graphic novels, these are the comics. I bought them in this form. They're phenomenal. The books are actually half decent. I was surprised by it, not gonna lie. I bought them all on sale and stuff like that, so I wasn't spending exorbitant amounts of money on them. These were like 2 for $10. This one was 30% off. No, 50% off. Yeah, 50% off. So this was only 2 books for $10. And this one was 30% off. So I bought them all on sale. I'm still reading this one. So I didn't feel bad about doing it. And it's fun, actually. And I'm actually excited for one of the books coming out because it's about Ahsoka, and Ahsoka is my favorite character in Star Wars, basically. She is amazing. Now that I've reestablished my nerd cred, I probably didn't have to reestablish it. Dang. Star Wars is fun. And it's Star Wars Day. So that's what all that was about. I know it wasn't terribly exciting. It was pretty nerdy. But that's what it was all about, you know? That's what Star Wars is about. It's about having fun. It's about geeking out. It's about making people embarrassed to be around you at times. Because you're so excited about this fantasy universe. And it brings people together. In a way that Star Trek never could, because Star Trek is always too serious. Star Trek is always a serious thing. Where Star Wars always has fun, and when things are having fun, it brings people together. Star Trek makes people think. Makes people think hard, makes people have deep thoughts, makes people question things. But Star Wars, you watch Star Wars and it lets you shut down. It lets you just enjoy the moment and have fun. And we all need stuff like that. So may the Force be with you. And also with you. And of your spirit, which is apparently the new Catholic thing. I'm going to end this here. Social media details are on the links below. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. And you guys have yourselves a fantastic day. Or night. Whatever it is for you. Do or do not. There is no try. Which is actually a terrible saying if you really think about it. It's terrible advice. Always try.